So the point of this exercise is to get your group to look at some examples and grade them or imagine that you're grading them yourselves to get some ideas of what you should and should not do. So take a moment to look at these and think about what would you do if you were the teacher or if you were the executive in the room who had to approve this product. So here we have one from McDonald's. Um, in terms of a first impression, I I just wish they had taken care of that little typo and perhaps gotten a larger logo because I can see the pixelation. It's good that there is the brand image. However, it just seems a little jumbled. Again, we have this pixelated logo that's very big. There are images, but they feel a little tacked on. Some good stats here. Maybe it would have been interesting to visualize the stats instead of showing more cheese. So you're trying to figure out what price to charge. This is a good idea because you it needs to be profitable. I don't think we need to have the detailed breakdown of all the items, but if you were to say we estimate it'll cost $1.50 to make the sandwich, therefore at, at $4.99 there's an excellent profit margin, that would be a good line to include. So this is the right idea. I don't know whether this slide does anything. It seems like you could just say that they'd be for sale in the GTA. As an advertisement, it's a little basic. And the slogan has a grammatical error, so it really looks rushed. I don't know if that was the intent, but it just seems as if they only took a few minutes to finish this part of the project, and as a result, it was hard to give them a good mark for their advertisement. And the promotion, uh, McDonald's does work with the Raptors, so this does make sense. Uh, I just think that it could have been better explained. It should be It should be like if something's too complicated, people will not like it. Keep it simple. This slide is a little cramped. There's good information, but some of it could have been saved for the presentation and highlights put on the screen. I hate these works cited lists. This isn't appropriate formatting and it's a bad habit. Because I want to see, okay, which source provided which information. And sometimes it's not clear when you only link the URL, so it's not appropriate for high school. So here's another one, and it's bright. It feels fun. Quick outline of the type of restaurant. Explaining it. And then we're getting into the what it's going to look like. We talk about the marketing mix. You could. I don't really know what the SPC graphic does here. You can just the price slide could be simple. It's no need for a lot of text. They could talk about other channels like food delivery services like Uber Eats or Skip the Dishes. 3 for $5. It's a little basic. It's. I think there might have been room to be a little more creative, a little more fun, but it fits the criteria of a promotion for a targeted a group. This is a little too many ideas at once. We have the discount, we have the delivery, we have advertising. I think picking one and illustrating it in a little more detail would have been a better idea. Showing some of the research. We like to visualize information. So if it's, but this text is a little hard to read for anyone who's sitting in the middle of the room or behind. So when you choose a chart to go on a Google slide, you have to alter it so that the numbers are a little easier to read. And then these is where they got their images. Just as a quick note, if you use stock images, just say burrito image. Just give it a title so we have a better idea of where it's coming from. And I thought that it was a little better. There was a little more concise than the first presentation. Here is along with the idea of reducing the impact on the planet and introducing paper straws, this takes it one step further. What if the straw could actually be eaten? If it was sort of like made out of a cookie to go with a frappuccino, or I guess wafer should have been the right word. So it's a clear explanation. You get the concept right away. And then this isn't necessarily the straw. I think it's another kind of dessert product, but again, it's a good substitute. You can visualize how it will work. This is a little bland in terms of a presentation. It's readable, it's clear, but it lacks a little spark. So the information comes across, which is good, but it's not as exciting as it could have been. Talking about altruistic marketing, that would be a great fit for a reusable product. And talking about the Wildlife Federation, maybe instead of the logos here, you could throw in an image of wildlife, quickly do a mock-up of a poster like the Starbucks logo, a picture of wildlife, purchase our straw, and 5 cents are donated to Canadian wildlife. I don't think it would have taken too much longer, but it really would have added a little bit of creativity to the presentation. Here, cause marketing is very popular with the younger audience, so they did show this from the survey. Now this slide, I'd rather have 2 slides because, again, it has to jump out at you, and this text is a little too small if you think about what if I were sitting in the back row. Would it be as easy to understand? I was talking about the target market, and you have some stock photos of the target market visualizing it, so you could easily imagine these target demographics using the edible straws. I think this is a bit of a miss, this advertisement. I'd actually feel like it's a Subway ad, that Starbucks tends to go to a darker, deeper, richer tones and a more calming environment, and this seems to go in the opposite direction. And again, with the exclamation mark and the slanted text, it seems like it's a little different from a typical Starbucks ad. Maybe look at the ad that your fast food chain did last year or the year before, and to give you an idea of how they view their advertisements. And well, I'll add this in. This was in the last